Hey guys, I'm back on here again. Um, I want to finish up from this is the eighth day. Um, I wanted to finish up about when my mother was in the hospital. She was in a coma. During that time, um, I didn't know my brother was ill too. He was sick too, but he didn't want to um, get his situation dealt with because you know my mother was gravely ill, and we all was in a bad place at that time. Um, he didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. My aunt was there at the hospital also. Um, we all was in a bad place of it's hard when they gave him paperwork, you know, because she was that gravely ill to sign off. he was he didn't know what to do. Um, and like I said before, I knew what to do. I went down to the where you pray, right? And I prayed. Um, God got her through. Um, he will listen if you're with a sincere heart. And I I know he listened that day. And they said it had been a miracle. It's God. It was him, right? Um, she got herself back together. She was better. She still had to go back and forth to get chemo because she still had cancer. And I stayed there the whole time. I didn't even go home. I had my suitcase there with me. I came from New York. I got there. You know, he told me, and she sent me a picture of her. I said, "What? What is going on here?" I was I was pissed. Um, I was so mad because I wanted to know what was going on. I didn't know anything. They let me know at the last minute she was in coma. I know I couldn't have did nothing, right? I know I couldn't have did nothing, but it wasn't like I wasn't upset. Um, she was she was okay for a while. Um, the chemo, the radiation broke her body down. She had broke out in her general area, and I had to clean it, um, keep her bathed and cleaner and stuff like that, right? And it was some rough times. She didn't want it because she used to be so mad when I used to come and clean up and stuff like that. Oh, because she was just, in her head that she was just sick of it, right? And you know, um, and like I said, she had cancer in the brain. The brain it traveled to the brain, and she wasn't always thinking clearly. She was in a bad place because my mother said this, and this was her testimony all the time of her life. She said, God, take everything from me, keep my mind, right? She always said that. Take everything from me, but keep my mind, right? That's what he took. That's why you gotta be careful what you ask for. You gotta be careful. But she was the strongest woman I know. The things that she taught me, I have survived today, right? My mother was still back and forth in the hospital. She was in the hospital 3 to 4 times a week because she had to go through chemo, radiation. Then she had to do did a brain. Um, it wasn't no remission, right? The doctor was telling her, if you have 3 months, you should be the lucky, right? He been a doctor for 50 years. He said I would have been gave up. That's what he told her. Straight up. And I told him, I said, you not her. Because one thing about her, she don't give up. Period. And I said, you should be ashamed that you're a doctor. You don't give up, no matter what. I don't care if this is your last breath, you keep pushing. And that's what my mother installed in me. You keep pushing. You stay strong. Um, no matter what your circumstances. My mother had me and my brother, and she took care of household. My father worked and everything like that, but they separated, and they was married over 20 years. But she was the anchor that held the boat at the dock, right? Just like I said before, she can lay at rest because she had strong kids. And um she got sick again. She got sick 3 times, majorly. And she was in the hospital for 2 weeks at one time. And the last time when the doctor said that, what I told you, that 3 months, that, if you last 3 months, she lasts 6 months, right? If you would last that, you should be lucky, right? And um, she didn't know what she was going to do either. She had no control. But God has the control of everything. And she, I knew the last time she was in the hospital, that was going to be it. But she is still a survivor in us, in me, in my child, in my brother. But I will tell you the next time, I will tell you, finish up on how it was the end.